You guys, I had a major meltdown today, and if I'm being truthful with you, which I am, is that I am so sick of social media. Every single time I go into it, it drains me. It's all the same. It's the same people trying to look the same, posting the same thing. It's like this rat race, and I feel like I'm on it as well, and I get frustrated even sometimes by my own content, and I'm like, I want to do more, I want to speak to more and be more vulnerable with you guys, but to do that I have to literally like share very raw, intimate moments of my life. And here I am, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just sharing like a very real, raw moment. And I had this moment today where I just basically fell apart because I let myself get into this place of focusing on what I didn't have and what was missing in my life instead of all of the other things that are positive in this season right now. And it's easy for that to happen because as humans, it's our human nature to compare ourselves to other people to see what they have. And especially when you're in this season of life that I'm in right now, which is I had my birthday a couple days ago, so I'm 29, and I'm totally in an interesting, unique space that I never thought I'd be in. I'm in a country where, majority of my family is all in Australia, my parents, my siblings, my best friends. So I already felt kind of that little bit of isolation, but then also obviously now being like totally single is just not where I thought I was going to be. And today that pressure just got to me a little bit because I had a few really big meetings, great stuff, but just big life decisions that will affect my future in a big way. So the first meeting was with a real estate agent. So I'm in a position where I'm like, you know what, I would love to buy a great investment property in Miami. So that's something I'm actively working on right now. Then I also had an appointment with a financial planner, speaking about obviously like retirement, future planning, my investments, a couple of my businesses that I have, like these things. And then after that, an appointment with a person who works for a firm that manages 401ks. For my Aussies out there, 401k is essentially like a superannuation plan, which is basically just like it's future planning, right? It's for your retirement. You can typically access it like 59 or 60. By the way, let me just show you guys this. It's so pretty. We're about to lose the sun. I love it here. One of my favorite parts about this apartment is the view. I think it is incredible, and sunset every night oh man, it just hits so different. I love it. But anyway, so I had these big appointments, right? And they're just like such major things. It can be a lot of pressure. You're like, am I making the right decision? Is this smart? And sometimes, I guess today I just felt like, I'm like, oh man, I wish I had a partner to talk about this stuff with because it's such major, big, life-changing, life-altering, big money moves. Yeah, I just felt like, I'm like, I would love to have someone to speak about that with. I didn't think that I would be in a stage of my life like doing all of this by myself. And basically what I mean is like having a teammate, obviously, that helps you and like helps guide you, and you work together and you build an empire. And I guess I was talking to this financial planner, and he was asking me, he's like, right, so what are your goals? And my goals are big. Like I have big goals, and I feel like if you're in the room where you're too embarrassed to share your goals, then you're probably in the wrong room, because you should be in a room full of dreamers. And that's really what I'm focusing on, is like these like big goals that I have and working towards those through different means, which is like actually really exciting. I'm doing things that are really, I guess, exciting me outside of social media. I feel like I kind of got like sucked into this world, but I love building and doing things that I'm passionate about, and I'm really making sure that I'm like focusing on those things. Yeah, I guess I just got upset because like when he was asking about my goals, like I could picture like my goals and like what I wanted to do, but I couldn't like picture a person with it. And it was just like a weird moment that I kind of just like let myself focus on what I didn't have instead of like all of the positives that come with this season. And I put up a Q&A on Instagram because I was gonna film a YouTube day in the life tomorrow. And I just wanted to like, I don't know, just I guess chat with you guys and like be more vulnerable and share more. So I put up this Q&A, and then one of the questions on there, and I laughed because it was right after I had cried that I saw it. And it had literally said, can you speak to being single in your late 20s? And I just laughed because I was like, you know what? It is challenging because it's not where you thought you would be. I guess that feeling is like a frustration that comes with like comparing your journey to where other people are at, whether that be people that you know or your family or like people on social media, your colleagues, like whoever it is. You see that they want that and you want that. And I'm going to tell you guys how I'm coping with that right now. Obviously, like it ebbs and flows. You have good moments and bad moments, but basically like the mentality that I'm trying to take is that, I mean, there's a couple of things, right? You got to go back to God's plan and his timing is always better than ours. Like, he sees the big picture. He zooms out. It's for our own protection. And maybe we're not ready for that blessing yet. Maybe we're not ready for that season. We have to learn and we have to grow first, because if it comes too early, we can either lose it or you can blow it. And that's a really bad place to be, to lose or to blow your blessings. So I'm just like trying to hold on to that. On the flip side of that, it's like very unique to be at this age and to have not, I guess, a ton of commitments. Like, obviously, like, not having a marriage or a family or a relationship right now, it really like opens up time for me to focus on, one is like my relationship with God and like figuring out that. Two, like building and working towards the businesses that I'm working on, the future plans. I'm doing a lot, and it's really like, it's actually really, really fulfilling, and I'm putting towards that so much time. And then the other thing is like also to focus on yourself, because think about it, like when we're growing up, often those years, primary, high school, university, we're doing so much, we're getting educated, we're really growing a lot as humans, and then we almost like tend to plateau a little bit educationally, but also as a person. Those are the big shaping years that, like, you know, so much change happens. You're in a new relationship, you're getting married, you're doing all these things that are really shaping you, you're moving out of home, whatever it is. And I guess the positive to being in this space and in this time right now and in this season is that it now opens up time for you to now work on that growth as well. Because for me, I'm like, the level that I want to be at to attract the type of man that I want to be with, I mean, it's not where I am right now, and I'm really like working on that. I'm using this time to work on that. What I mean by that is I'm really like focusing on this time on myself. Like, I'm being selfish, I'm growing as much as I can, not just like in an educational aspect, but also like as a person. I'm working on that. I'm every single day working out. I've started hobbies, I'm learning a language, I'm getting back to tennis. Like, I grew up playing tennis, I'm getting back to guitar, I grew up playing guitar. I'm taking online courses right now. I have mentors. I'm doing like a digital economics course, a mental health coach course, launching another business. There's just so many things right now I feel like I'm focusing on. I'm relaunching the podcast. I listen to like these summaries every single day of ebooks. This is a super cool, I think it's called like Headwork or some Headspace or like something. I'll put it in the link. But basically it is great because it summarizes audiobooks, and it gives you different things that you can focus on. But it's just interesting like how much time I have to do this, because like now I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna sit down at the end of the night for 2 hours and watch Netflix. Instead, I'm gonna go lay in the bath and I'm gonna listen to an audiobook. Or I'm going to work on my course, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to have a call with somebody who knows more and can teach me. And that's been, having a mentor has been like really, really big for all of the projects that I'm working on. But that's another way to think about it, because you don't get a lot of time in your life where you have like, one, the time, two, the capacity, or three, the funds to be able to do it. I mean, the last time I was single was a really long time ago, essentially 15. I was 15. Obviously I was living at home, and I moved out of home at 17, and then I was in a relationship for 3 years, married for 5 years. And then, I mean, with Alex for 4 years, now here I am, and I'm like, wow, I have this time for the first time in my life where I'm like, wow, I can use this any way that I want. I can be purely selfish, and I'm really using it as well as I can. Like, I have been hitting the ground running, and it's like also been a really good coping mechanism because it's kept me really busy, and it's actually kept me accountable. I've set myself goals. I have like a notebook every single day. I do what's called like lever moving tasks, like, which is major tasks. So I have like 9 areas that I've set up in my life with like different goals in each area. Off the top of my head, I can't even think right now, but it's like financial, personal, work, all these areas in my life. And then I write down like what my goals would be in each of those areas, and then I work backwards. And obviously you have to go back and start at the start, so like they're quite comprehensive lists, which is good because now it's giving me something to keep me accountable, to keep me focused. And those times when I'm like falling apart or feeling lonely, I'm like, all right, like using this time to work towards something, to use this time in a wise way to better myself and to become a better person. It's really taught me a lot. And what started, I guess, as a meltdown today, it whacked me hard. I'm not saying all this to say that I don't feel it. Like, of course I feel sad. Like, it's normal to feel sad and to want something, but like, I always have to remember the God that created this world, the God that created the stars and the sun and the moon and me, is the same God who gave me those dreams and those desires. And I don't just want these things for no reason. Like, I want my heart to be focused on him and like his dreams to be my dreams. yeah, it's like an encouraging thought, and holding on to that promise has been like really big for me. And yeah, I just want to share that with you guys. I love you. We got this.